Hey everyone, Sika here. I thought I'd give you another update. I know I just had a bad, last week was pretty bad, so I kind of put a slight hiatus on any projects. Actually, I just got outside and camped and hiked in the woods. It helped a lot, but you're not here to hear me talk about that. You wanted me to talk about those dank transformations I'm working on. So first things, let's start here. I'm working on a werewolf version of Alex as well, because I just wanted to do werewolf. I haven't done a werewolf in a long time. As you can see, it's totally incomplete. But I'm going to have a little bit of fun with this one. So I'm going to have fun with him this time because I'm going to do shape keys. So I have different shape keys I can do. So I wasn't happy with the body, so I actually bought a sculpture this time and then heavily modified it because it was just quicker for me. I was kind of, I don't know, I was kind of down, but I kept mostly I kept the head. I mean, actually the entire head is still the sculpt from the previous one I was working on. So what I'm doing is just the kind of skinny version of him. I have one that's more, kind of more the shape that I am in real life, about there. But I can make him really chonky like there. And then I'm gonna have a more extreme one where he's really fat. And then I'm gonna do the opposite and have a really buff one where he's even, instead of looking scrawny like this, he's gonna be really, really buff for fun. And then I'll be able to weight and muscle change like almost instantly. It'd be kind of cool. I haven't done that before. It's just kind of fun experiment. Getting better at shape keys. Blender's milk. Here's a close-up of his face. Not finished, but it looks pretty good. I thought about doing like particle fur and stuff, like maybe doing a low resolution model image and then just having it like a particle all over the model, but I don't know. I think that's a good solution. Blender actually has like where you can do actual fur. If I can find it, that is. It should be right there. Thank goodness I'm editing this afterwards, right? There it is. You can add a particle system, then you can add hair and make adjustments. How many hairs? But the problem is this takes a lot of memory space, and when I want to actually put it into a mirror or anything, it's gonna run so slow and terrible that's probably not worth it. Oh no, he's becoming wolfenized. So yeah, there's also other tools that let you groom the hair and crap, like you can go into particle edit and it's gone. Demonstrations are great. Okay, and remember, there's literally an inflation tool in Blender. Oh no, stop it. Alex, you're going too far. Stop. Stop! Okay, that's exaggeration. So, my featured artists for today are Caddy Sleeps, which is the weirdest, most strange knockoff site I've seen. For some reason, Categoris decided to take the funny bits in his videos, take them out, and make them something you can sleep with. It's a very strange site. I recommend just watching the actual Categoris show, but if you think this crazy Brit will help you sleep better, here's an option for you. Another show that I really like is made by Nitrorad. He covers more like horror and like retro stuff, but more towards the 64-bit aspect of that. He has a lot of fun videos. It's worth watching. He just released one on Nikki, which is a classic indie horror game. And finally, why am I not talking about it? There we go. Yay. Dancing dudes. You can stop. Please stop. UFO50. And what UFO50 is, it's like 50 games inspired by the 8-bit games of the NES and Master System. What makes these games great is that they're all fully featured. They're not mini games, and they all have different styles. They have action, adventure, 3 RPGs, and they're not short. They're pretty lengthy. I mean, one of the games is called Grindstone, and it takes like 15 to 30 hours to beat. But it also has this really cool game called Diver, where you guide lizards in the water. Submergence Quest. But yeah, it has Zelda games. It has all sorts of things. Platformers, on-rail platformers, a Bubble Bobble inspired game based on tennis, a really cool Civilization style strategy game that I still don't know how to quite works, but I was able to figure out enough to win the first match. But yeah, this is fun, and you get to pay down to dinosaur ancestors, so that's cool. Not all games are winners. Like, I really didn't enjoy this puzzle game. One of the main characters in the series is this little guy named Pilot. He's in a lot of the games featured in this collection. This one is like a hybrid of Zelda and an idle game, like a cookie clicker. It's kind of weird, but it's like one of the few games you can actually just leave idle while you're playing other games, and the idle stuff does it in the background, so thankfully that's a thing. But I prefer just to have it as straight up Zelda. I'm just gonna start over. Last week, Mossmouths, the creators of the Spelunky series, released their latest game, which is actually in fact a 50 game collection called UFO50. It's a collection of 8-bit style retro games, but they have a slight modern aesthetic to them, so they don't play as harshly as the games of old did, so they have modern features. There is a great variety of all sorts of genres. This one that we're looking at right now is called Mooncat, where it's a pretty standard platformer, with the exception that you control this weird looking chicken nugget with legs. UFO50 is just a smorgasbord of classic 8-bit games, and they're full fat. There's all different genres. I mean, some of them are shorter than others. It also has about 3 RPGs. This one is called Diver, where you play as 3 lizard people delve into a well, into the darkness of the abyss, and search for treasures. And when you get encountered by monsters, it turns into a traditional turn-based RPG system. It is actually pretty cool and a little spooky at times. But the best part about it is their eating and sleeping animation. It's adorable. It is very varied and has a lot of cool different games, like this one made by the creator of Downwell. They even have a RNG roguelike Zelda game called Planet. They even have a Zelda roguelike hybrid, which is actually pretty frustrating and is very glitchy. It's probably the most frustrating game on this list, but that didn't stop me from playing it for 3 hours, so take that as you will. So the quality of most of the games are second to none. The artwork is excellent. The music in this game is spot on. Some of the best music. This kind of helped me cheer up when I was down last week, and it's kind of something I needed. In this world of AAA rushed development games, it's refreshing just to have a game that doesn't have leet speak or corporate speak and just wants to be a good video game. So if you are yearning for classics, I definitely recommend this. I'll have a slightly longer review on it shortly. That's about it. It's pretty short. Hopefully I get more done on my dragon transformation, but we'll see. I gotta do some side projects as well for my little 3D printing business that I started with my friend. I'm hoping that could go somewhere. We already had a couple shows and we made a decent amount of money, so I'm optimistic that it will end well, but we'll see. Well, thanks you all for listening. Hopefully I made this short enough not to be boring or anything. And if you have any comments, if you like to keep track of if you like to keep up with what I'm working on or like my content, please consider liking or subscribing to the video. And if you have any feedback or things you don't like, you can also put it in the comments as well. Thank you. Have a nice day.